Are here on the Toby Keith tour bus, and I guess we're wondering how excited are you that football season just started right now?
It's my favorite time of year. It is. It's fall gets in there, and everybody coaches are yelling, give me 2 lines. You boys give me 2 lines.
It's true. You've coached Steelan, your son's football team, for how many years now?
Every year he's played. He's in going into 8th grade.
Is it tough being the coach, a famous coach?
Nah, once you get out there with a bunch of little leaguers or junior high kids, they just call you coach. They don't know that you've been doing this. You have this night gig that you've been doing for 17 years, but it gets to be. We're down the field, we're away from the fans, and so it's pretty cool.
But what about your own son, though? Because I know coaching soccer with my daughter, the only person she doesn't listen to is me. Like, I'd rather have another coach just for her.
The hardest part is just dealing with his mom, because his mom always says he needs to play more. You have to, she wants him in the game all the time, and I can't do it all the time. I'm already getting heat from the other parents, but he doesn't give me any crap. He's a hard worker.
Yeah, well, we read in People magazine, they got a country version on the shelves now, and he's got a 13 size foot, and he's 13 years old.
Yeah, he's here. He grew about a head since Thanksgiving, and when I graduated high school at 11, and I grew into a 12, but he's already a 13, so I keep him beat down pretty good, so I'll get my bluff in now.
Yeah, it's a sad day, though, when he gets to college. All of a sudden he starts, being your size, a little bigger. And
yeah, he's going to be bigger than me, but he, you might have to hit him twice.
I always wanted to know what it was like behind the scenes of Toby Keith's farm, Dream Walking Farm. We finally get to see what it's like to be Toby Keith, what it's like at home in Oklahoma. And I love the garage full of the cars. I noticed there's no imports in there.
No, it's all American, but that's because I'm Captain America.
Right on. Right on. The Trans Am, the Burt Reynolds Trans Am, where did you find that? It must be mint condition.
I looked and looked and looked and looked, and it took me a couple years, and I finally found one that was the closest thing to they'll fool you on the internet, they'll fool you, those car dealers. You really have to get a real SC to make it happen, and then I had a guy restore it the rest of the way. I got as close to a fully restored one as I could. But my favorite car in there, that GT is really nice, but my favorite car is that 69 Ford Mustang, that 428 Mach 1. That's awesome.
How fast does that go 0 to 60?
You know what? They swear it'll outrun that GT. I can't swear by it, but it'll crank it. But if I'm betting on one too, I'm probably gonna be in the GT. But
yeah, those cars must have cost you hundreds.
Yeah, you know why I know they don't look like big cars?
Yeah.
You can't buy them they're at least $300 or $400.
Yeah, at least. I read that. Now, what was one you were telling me? We were talking about the Cutlass.
Yeah, I just read it too. Yeah, the Cutlass. Is it Cutlass?
It's just a Cutlass rag top, and when I was in junior high, there was a guy had one of those, and I always just loved it. And I also have a 63 Super Sports Impala in there.
That's the one, because that was the car that your father, it's not the car, but it's the exact car to spec that your father took you out in the fields in Oklahoma when you were a kid.
Well, he had a Ford truck, but he drove back and forth to oil field work in that old Chevy. That was his work car that he'd go up and leave at the office when he took the work trucks out from the oil field. But so I've got a copy of my dad's car. I got a copy of my favorite car growing up as a kid, and then the Mach 1's my favorite, and then of course I had to have a GT for my race car. And Smokey and the Bandit just goes with.
Oh yeah, it goes without saying. All right, so you guys are starting a little dynasty here, you and Trace, with these shows. Second year in a row. How long is this going to go on for?
Just as long as we're having fun, man. We played together for years. Not together, we played the same bars back in the day, and we both kind of came in Nashville at the same time. And through all this time of having recording albums out and stuff, we've never got to work together very much. Just a couple shows, and so. Last year it went by so quick. I said, let's do it again. I want to do part 2 of this, and long enough to get him signed on my record label.
There's a plan, right?
So I can move on to the next guy now.
And then there's an arm wrestling match between James Otto and you two to decide who opens next year.
Yeah, but is there a height requirement, Toby?
You know what's amazing about it is I've always been Big Dog Daddy out here, and I got 2 knuckleheads out here, and I'm the little guy.
Yeah, they're
both big dudes, man.
A lot of meat on tour.
Yeah, no doubt. So you got a new CD coming out. It's in October, right?
Yeah, October. It's called Bullets in the Gun, which is the song we opened with in the show at night. And Trailer Hood's the first single, and it should ship pretty quick.
I was going to ask, is I thought riding over here, what could I ask Toby a question about goals? Because you've done just about everything there is to do in the music business, but you have a specific goal on spins, which means how many times your songs play on the radio, and 100 million spins is the goal. How many are you at now?
70, but that's just songs I wrote
70 million.
as a songwriter, not as.
Oh, I thought it was just 70. You got a long way to go. I was kind of bummed for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I when BMI came and said we want to present you with a party thing, I thought, they're celebrating over a decade of being a songwriter and being successful, and they said 50 million, and I didn't know. I know 50 million BBs and ants and whatever is a lot, but when they said that's John Lennon, that's Elton John, that's Billy Joel and the Bee Gees kind of stuff, air you're breathing there, and then in the last 4 or 5 years we've kicked it up to about 70. So I don't know if there is a 100 million spin songwriter. I don't know, but I'm going to be one.
Yeah, that's great. Well, congratulations on everything, and we can't wait to see you out there in a little bit.
All right, guys, have fun.
Cool. Thanks,
Thanks,
brother.
KNIX.
Big Dog Daddy.